What's up, guys and girls, and welcome back to Brett Vapes. I'm Brett, and today is Friday, so that means it is Friday React time, guys. Anyway, guys, so before we get this video started, I just want to give a huge shout out to all of you guys, all of my viewers, just for all the support that I've gotten throughout this lockdown period, guys. I really appreciate it. We've had some immense channel growth, and I've just had incredible support from you guys and great engagement, and I just want to say I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. So anyway, today I'm going to be reacting to another video by DashVapes. It's going to be slightly different. We're not doing comedy today. I'm going to be reacting to the best vapes of 2019 video. I'd be interested to see what devices they rate to be the best of 2019. All that. Of course, this is a personal video. It's not factual, guys. We all have our favorites. I think this video is just based on like sales, on what was the most popular devices, all that sort of thing. But if you find that you disagree with this, let me know down in the comment section. What's your favorite device of 2019 and why? But anyway, guys, without further ado, before we get started, please don't forget to smash the like button, as well as subscribe and hit that notification bell for me, guys. I'd really appreciate it. But anyway, let's get into this video. Put my headsets on. Let's get started.
So, it's Christmas time, so I thought I'd wear an appropriate shirt. Hail Santa! Hey, how's it going, everyone? Dave here from DashVapes, and welcome to the big end of year best of video. Today we're going to be looking at a few products released throughout the year that really stood out from the crowd. And maybe if you're looking for a last minute gift or something for yourself, hopefully this video will help you. 2019 proved to be quite the busy year in terms of new product releases, so
Absolutely. 2019, there were a lot of devices that came out. I worked in the industry throughout 2019, and I tell you, the amount of innovation that came out last year, guys, it's just crazy. There was so many good devices, and a lot of them. There are the pod systems that really boomed. A lot of good regulated devices came out, waterproof, shockproof. It's really good systems like the Vapes Gen, really good RTAs and tanks. It was just the year for vaping, a really phenomenal year. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's see. Just by the way, guys, this was recorded. Not my React video is recorded now, but the video that we're watching was obviously done Christmas time, December last year in 2019. So it is a bit out of date, but this is the best vapes of 2019, so yeah. Anyway, let's carry on.
I'm going to go into each different category and announce kind of the best one and give a runner-up. So why don't we kick off this video with what I would probably call the most popular category, and that is pod systems. Pod systems are great for anyone looking to start vaping or for any vapors looking for a compact addition to their inventory. Most pod systems have an extremely compact footprint, making transport a breeze, and they're generally much easier to use than, say, a box mod. And the best pod system of the year goes to the UL Caliburn.
So yeah, pod systems, I generally advise, if you guys are looking at getting a device, only look at a pod system if you're looking for something small, portable, and something that's gonna, if you're struggling with smoking cigarettes, if you're struggling to kick the habit, a pod system's phenomenal for that, because it doesn't push too much power to the point where the vapor kind of scares you off. It gives you a decent amount of cloud without being too much, as well as the portability of it. It's very small device, it's very slim, And the juices that are generally advised for your pod systems are your higher nicotine juices. But yeah, so he said the Caliburn. The Caliburn is a good device. I'll give him that. It is a solid device, very nice. I would have put the Vaporessa Pod Stick though. The Vaporessa Pod Stick I've used personally. Phenomenal device, very good pod system. You got different modes on it. You've got the two different pods. One for regular juice and one for your nic salts or MTL liquids. But the Caliburn, you can't go wrong with that.
Burns. Because I guess there's two. I mean, they're pretty similar. They're pretty much the same thing though. So yeah, the Caliburn. This little device here is actually a bit of a mind blower, and it's not solely due to just the vape performance, but just how it stood the test of time. The vaping industry moves extremely quickly. New devices are being released almost every other day, and what was once the best device on the market becomes obsolete in a matter of weeks. However, the Caliburn is just something different. This device was released all the way back in February, yet still holds the top spot for pod systems, which is extremely impressive. Now, going back to there being two different versions, UL did release a newer updated version of the original Caliburn called the Caliburn Coco. But in terms of performance, they are pretty much exactly the same. All they did was change the form factor and remove the fire button. So I would just go ahead and say it's kind of like a sibling to the regular Caliburn. This device sports a 520 milliamp hour battery, which is moderate. It's definitely not the biggest in the industry. A full charge should get you through most of the day with no issues. But the features that really stand out to me personally about the Caliburn are the performance and price, if you can call that a feature. And if you opt for the new that performs this well, almost seems like a steal. I don't know what black magic they're using here, but the flavor you get from these pods to how the air hits the coils, it all comes together and creates a great overall vape experience. However, it isn't all perfect. You don't have any sort of adjustable airflow in the Caliburn, so if you wanted a tighter or looser vape, you're pretty much SOL. Also, personally...
However, in saying that, it's not just the Caliburn, guys. All pod systems do have that restriction. You're very lucky if you find a pod system that you can change the airflow. So just a point on that, guys. If you're going to get a pod system, be prepared to not be able to adjust your airflow.
Personally, I do wish the device looked better. The overall design just seemed kind of bland to me, but that is very subjective. But overall, I was and still am impressed with the Caliburn even 9 months down the line. If you wanted a more in-depth look on the Caliburn, specifically the original one, we did do a full review, which you can watch by clicking the card that's going to pop up right around here, or I'll link it in the description down below. Now, runner-up for the best pod system of 2019 goes to the Vupu Vinci. Now the Vinci is a bit of a newer take on pod systems.
Yeah, I guess you get different categories in terms of pod systems, and I guess pod mods kind of fall into that bracket, I suppose. But I would call the Vinci, the RPM 40, the RPM 80, all of those mods more pod mods instead of pod systems, because you can change the power, all that sort of thing. So they're a bit more intricate, but interesting to see this.
Traditionally, pod systems were compact all-in-one devices that outputted minimal vapor and were typically paired with higher strength nicotine liquid. However, this new trend takes the overall ideology of a pod system and combines it with higher output coils, providing more vapor. This new addition to the industry is referred to as a pod mod, and Vupu is one of the first to do it with the Vinci. The overall design is only slightly bigger than your typical pod system, but it's the performance of the coils that really impress. Vaping the VM1 0.3 coils at 40 watts, this compact device can actually go toe-to-toe with other sub-ohm tanks on the market. The airflow is very smooth and the flavor is right there to back it up. Now if you wanted to use this device for mouth to lung, you definitely can with other coil options that they have out there, but I definitely feel like that isn't what this device was typically made for. Also, on a pretty cool note, you can actually get a 510 adapter that actually sits right where your pod goes. This adapter effectively turns your Vupu Vinci from a pod system to a 40 watt 1500 milliamp hour compact mod. mod.
That's
But
pretty cool.
speaking of mods, let's start talking about full battery mods.
Here we go.
Before the pod system craze,
I've been
box
looking
mods were
forward to
pretty
this
much
one.
your only option. These devices typically feature removable high output batteries, which in turn lets the user achieve much higher power levels. From chipset to build quality and everything in between, there's a lot that needs to go together to make a good box mod. And our pick for best box mod of 2019 goes to the Vaporesso Gen. Ooh. This device features great build.
I haven't watched this yet, so I don't know what their list is, and I would agree 100% with them. The Vaporesso Gen is the best regulated mod that was released in 2019. Really, guys, if you have not tried the Vaporesso Gen, I highly recommend it. It really is a phenomenal mod. Really, really good mod. I will put a card up here if you want to check out my review on that as well, guys. So, yeah.
Quality and one of the most advanced chipsets in a mod. We also did a full review on the Vaporesso Gen, so if you did want a bit more in-depth information on it, I highly recommend checking it out. But for this video, I will do a brief summary. Again, going back to build quality, this device feels great in the hand. The rounded corners and rubberized paint puts this miles ahead of the almost plasticky feeling devices that are out there.
Yeah.
Alongside the build quality, the Axon chipset that Vaporesso put in here gives the user a plethora of different features to really personalize the vape experience. And to top it all off, you get all of this for $73.99 Canadian.
Yeah,
so if you're now in the market for a dual battery mod, this would be our #1 recommendation. Now, runner up for best mod of 2019 would have to go to the Topside Dual.
Okay,
this was a no-brainer for us as the original.
Okay, so the Topside Dual, good device. I can see why it's the runner-up. It was a very popular device. I did not like the Topside Dual though. I don't like how it feels in the hand. It's very uncomfortable in my personal opinion. Feel free to to give me your thoughts down in the comment sections about that, guys. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. But I do see why it is a runner-up to the Gen. It was a very popular device, a very good. It's a solid device all in all. My only thing is that I don't like how it feels in the hand. But I'm quite big on comfort when it comes to vaping.
Original Topside took last year's top pick for best device. Reason why I decided to include this as a runner-up in this video is because this kinda revolutionized squonking. Before the Topside Dual, all you really had for regulated squonk devices were single battery mods. I feel like this left many users itching for a longer battery life and more power. But
apart from the VandyVape Pulse Dual, which came out, the beginning of the year before that. Actually, no, came out at the end of 2018. So there was that as well, but I guess, yeah. Anyway, if you want to check out that review, I'll put a card up here for that as well.
Topside Dual ticks both of those check marks. The innovative top fill system makes filling your squonk bottle a dream, and the added benefit of two.
I'll be right back.
One eternity later.
Added benefit of two 18650 batteries lets the user crank up their wattage to a whopping 200 watts, all while still being able to squonk. But yeah, runner-up for best mod of 2019 definitely goes to the Topside Dual. But a mod is useless without a tank, so now let's look at the best tank of 2019.
Okay.
These were a revolutionary change to the industry and took vaping to a whole new level. Since the first sub-ohm tank back in 2014, companies introduced new features to further improve the experience. And the best tank of 2019 goes to the Horizon Tech Falcon 2. Horizon Tech actually took the top.
Okay, so that's interesting. If it were to come to sub-ohm tanks, I kind of fell out of those, but if I were to rate my top one, I think it would have to go to the Halvape Fat Rabbit. That is a phenomenal sub-ohm tank, guys. You need to check it out. Really, really good tank. Really, really good flavor from it. Great coils. Easy to get coils as well. They're compatible with the Smart coils, with the Vaporesso GT coils, with just so many coils. So very easy to find those coils. And just a really good tank in all. But yeah, that would be my personal opinion. The Falcon I heard a bit about, but in South Africa there was not much of a demand at all. If Horizon Tech doesn't have a huge there's not a huge placeholder for Horizon Tech in South Africa. There's not a lot of demand for it and all that. So generally, if people get sub-ohm tanks, they're generally going to get the sub-ohm tank with the mod that they buy. But that's just the demand here in South Africa. But yeah, let's carry on.
Spot for a tank in our best of 2018 video, and looks like they're holding their position. The Falcon 2 takes all of the aspects of the original Falcon lineup and modernized it. You now have a plug coil type system, making coil changes a breeze. And the top fill has also been changed to a push fill mechanism.
So that is exactly like the UL Crown 4, if I'm not mistaken. It's exactly the same type of coil. Also the Vaporesso Cascade tank, the UL Crown 3. There's actually a lot of tanks that have that just slip-in type coil fitting, which is quite nice. Very nice, very easy to work with.
Mechanism for easy top-ups. However, I do miss the swivel action from the Falcon King. The coils are what pushed this tank up ahead of the competition though. The original Falcon provided one of the best vape experiences in a sub-ohm tank, and the Falcon 2 is no exception. So if a new sub-ohm tank is on your shopping list, I would definitely give the Falcon 2 a shot. However, runner-up for best tank of 2019 goes to the Aspire Odin.
Oh wow.
Now this tank kind of caught me out of left field. I originally thought this was just going to be any other average tank, but it actually pleasantly surprised me. And it wasn't the flavor or vapor production that wowed me, which is still pretty good. It was the fact that you're able to achieve this kind of performance with only 40 watts. I still don't know how you can get a hit this full feeling from such a low wattage. The fact that you can get a hit this nice from such a low wattage opens up a whole new world for single or built-in battery devices. So if you're running a lower wattage device or you really cherish battery life, then I'd definitely give the Odin a shot. Next up, we have the best rebuildable of 2019. Rebuildables definitely have their place in the industry, from hobbyists to people looking for the most saturated.
So I say this is going to be fun because there were a lot of rebuildable tanks that came out last year, and a lot of really good ones. So I'm interested to see how this turns out.
Flavor. Rebuildables are probably the only way to completely customize your overall vape experience. We saw many different rebuildables get released throughout 2019, but our top pick goes to Dovepo and the Vaping Bogans Blotto RTA.
Yes.
The first thing that stood out to me about the Blotto RTA is 100%, the awesome design. The matte black finish gives it an extremely stealthy look, which I love. The chamber is designed to flow air 200 around your coils, giving you an incredibly full-feeling vape with phenomenal flavor. On top of that, it's also very easy to build on with quad terminals meant for single or dual coils, giving you incredible versatility. So far, this is definitely one of my favorite rebuildable tanks on the market, and I was very impressed. Now, runner-up for best rebuildable of 2019 goes to the Watofo Profile 1.5. This is essentially an updated version of the original profile that we saw back in 2018. And
Profile 1.5 is a phenomenal RDA though, guys. Really good mesh RDA. But I don't know, I think I would have split this whole tank situation into the 3 categories. So your RDTA, the RDTAs last year, goodness, I've fallen completely out of that scene, so I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section, guys, if there were any notable RDTAs that came out last year. But definitely the RDAs and the tanks, and I might have split the tanks within 3 things, so like he did with the Sabo. But I would have done, with the rebuildables, I would have done mesh, and the only 2 notable mesh tanks that came out were the Profile Unity and the Kylan M, and they're both really similar. So that would be, yeah, I don't know about that, but definitely the tank and then RDA. But anyway, let's carry on.
They made some very welcomed additions to this new iteration. The slots for your mesh strips are now wider, letting you install wider mesh coils. In turn, this increases surface area, improving flavor and vapor production. The juice balls are also now deeper and bigger.
And I also believe they're wider because they've introduced a new mesh coil where it's basically a dual mesh coil essentially. So instead of having just one strip that's got the mesh all the way through, it's basically one strip, but it's got a thing in the middle, like almost a straight up, like almost a split. Not really a split, I'd say, but it's like a solid piece of metal, strip of metal. so it splits the mesh into two parts, kind of thing. So I suppose that would make sense why they'd make it wider. But yeah.
More liquid can get
Just
wicked into the cotton. All in all, it's a modernized version of the original profile, which was already a great rebuildable. So if you're in the market for a new squonk,
if you guys want to check out a review on the original one, card will be up here.
RDA, I would definitely give the Profile 1.5 a shot. Now, last up on our list, we're going to be talking about e-liquids. Now, e-liquids are an extremely subjective topic.
Exactly. E-liquids are a really subjective topic. I don't think you can come out with the best vape juice of 2019. You can't. It's not a... this part here is going to be purely... Though, you know what, this whole video is really opinion sort of thing. There is an opinion bias there, but also linked with popularity and that. But I think with juices... Yes, popularity would be part of it, but then it would be more popular, not best. Just because a juice is popular doesn't mean it is the best juice. It just means that either it's well priced or it's a good quality juice. But, yeah, let's just leave it there. I don't think... Yeah, let's hear him out. Let's see what he says.
A flavor that I may love, you might hate. So for this category, we're going to go based off of how many bottles we've sold, and we're going to pick the top 3. And the best-selling e-liquid of 2019 goes to Cabana Punch's Grappleberry Ice. Now this flavor is sold pretty much double.
Also, this is a Canadian shop, so a lot of these juices here in SA we won't have. So if I were to put a list together, it would be completely different to what his list is.
Compared to our runner-ups, which is pretty insane. Grappleberry Ice consists of a refreshing grape and strawberry followed by a cool apple. Now this flavor doesn't quite have that menthol hit that you'd find in many other flavors out there. It's more or less a coolada. It's definitely a softer hit of mint, which I personally like, as I find other menthols are a bit too overpowering. So if you're a fan of fruity flavors, I would definitely give our best-selling e-liquid of 2019.
Though with him saying it's more like a coolada, I mix my own juices. I've got coolada, and that makes juices really icy. So just, yeah, coolada does make things really icy. So just be warned, if you do mix juices and you've got coolada, use very little amount, because it can ruin your juice.
In a shot, Grappleberry Ice. Now the next two runner-ups right after Grappleberry Ice are Frosty Peach, also by Cabana Punch, and Sweet by Rad Vapor. Frosty Peach has hints of white peach, apricots, and berries, which is also followed by that coolada exhale. If you're a peach lover, this may be your new favorite. Now, Sweet by Rad Vapor is a blue raspberry slushy, and it really surprised me. I found that many other blue raspberry flavors out there taste kinda artificial. That makes sense. I guess blue raspberry is artificial to begin with.
Yeah.
I find some are overly chemically in terms of taste, but I actually really like Sweet. If you're a fan of sweeter...
I do find a lot, like blue raspberry is a very, very difficult flavor to get right. And most of them that I have tried have tasted either chemically or they've tasted watered down sort of thing. So like either they didn't put enough concentrate in or it's a very poor quality concentrate. So if you can get it right, I'm sure it would taste really good.
Kind of candy e-liquids, then I would definitely give Sweet a shot. Sweet a shot. I'll say that 10 times fast. And that pretty much wraps up our Best of 2019 awards. Everything that I've mentioned in this video is available on our website at dashvapes.com, and just as a heads up, all orders over $35 Canadian qualify for free shipping throughout Canada and the US. And that pretty much wraps up today's video. We really hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, please be sure to hit that like button down below and hit subscribe to stay up to date with our latest videos. As always, I'm Dave from DashVapes, and we hope that you have a safe and amazing holiday. So it's
awesome, guys. So that's it for this video. Let me know down in the comment section, guys, what you think would be the best vapes of 2019. Pod systems, mods, tanks, or everything that they covered here. Let me know, guys, what are your thoughts? What would your best of list be? And also let me know down in the comment section if you guys would like me to start doing this towards the end of the year, if you guys would like to see something from me. But yeah, very interesting video. I found it to be quite a, not entertaining to watch, but very interesting to see other people's opinions. I did not know about the Aspire, I think it was the Odin, yeah. I didn't know about that tank. I knew about the Falcon 2, but my list would have been very different to this. But yeah, like I said, guys, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Also, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you guys would let me know give me some suggestions on what videos I should react to for next week Friday. I'd really appreciate that as well. Trying to mix things up, see what I can do for you guys. Really appreciate that. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to smash that like button, as well as subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you have already subscribed and hit that notification bell, guys, please share this video, share my content, share my channel. I'd really appreciate that love and support. It really means a lot to me. Also, guys, if you would like to support me even more, I do have, let's get this up here, I do have my Patreon page, which I'm going to put over here for you. If you want to check it out, guys, it's there. I'd really appreciate your support. I was retrenched on my first day of work on Monday. Unfortunately, the company just could not afford new employees, just due to the fact that the economy has just gone to hell. It's affecting everything, security companies, banks, absolutely everything. So I'd really appreciate you guys' support now more than ever. Of course, this is voluntary, you guys do not have to do this, but I would really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, that's my Patreon. Be sure to check that out. Also, guys, if you guys would like to contact me about anything, if you want to find out more about JBS, I'll put a card up here with a video where I explained a lot about JBS. It's going to be up here. Phenomenal community. If you want to find out more about that, if you want to find more about vaping, if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, if you just want to chat, you can contact me either through my Facebook page over here, or you can contact me through WhatsApp, or just send me an instant message through Facebook. I'd really appreciate that. Or if you guys do not have Facebook, you can also contact me through Instagram. All my details there. You can just send me a DM. That would be fine as well, guys. As well, do not forget about Vaping Saved My Life, guys. Phenomenal community, guys. Great things that they're doing for this industry. A great source of trustworthy news about vaping. Please be sure to check them out, like their page, follow them, and yeah, guys, otherwise that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, guys, keep safe, keep clean, and until next time, cheers.